To seasoned adventurers such as yourselves, this is but another dull tavern in another dull town in some nameless province in the middle of nowhere. It's but another passage of time between the challenges of true adventuring, such as the doldrum of existence waiting for the next opportunity. Outside the inn where you are right now, a fog lies over the town, draping everything in its clammy grasp. The damp cobbled street shines, the light of street lanterns dances across slick stones. The cold fog chills the bones and shivers the soul of anyone outside. Yet inside these tavern walls, the food is hearty and the ale is warm and frothy. A fire blazes in the hearth, and the tavern is alive with the tumbling voices of country folk. But suddenly, a hush falls over the tavern. Even the flagons of ale seem to silence themselves. The tavern door swings open. Framed by the lamplit fog, a form strides into the room. His heavy, booted footfalls and the jingle of his coins shatter the silence. His brightly colored clothes are draped in loose folds about him, and his hat hangs askew, hiding his eyes in shadows. Without hesitation, he walks directly up to your table and stands proudly in a wide stance with folded arms. His accented voice speaks, "I have been sent to you to deliver this message. If you be creatures of honor, you will come to my master's aid at first light. It is not advisable to travel the Sphalic woods at night." He pulls from his tunic a sealed letter, addressed to all of you in beautiful flowing script. He drops the letter on the table. "Take the west road from here, some 5 hours' march through the Sphalic woods. There you will find my master in Barovia." Amid the continued silent stares of the patronage, the gypsy strides to the bar and says to the wary barkeeper, "Fill the glasses, one and all. Their throats are obviously parched." He drops a purse heavy with gold on the bar, and with that, he leaves. The babble of tavern voices resumes, although somewhat subdued. The letter is lying before you. Dated yesterday, the ink is still not dry, and the parchment is crisp. The seal is of a crest you don't recognize.
I cast detect magic on the envelope.
It's not magical.
I open it up, make sure to point the letters away from me. Still detecting magic on it. Still not magic, I assume.
Still not magic.
Okay, I start reading it.
Can you read it out loud so that we can all hear it?
Yes. I assume that this voice in my head that sounds strangely feminine for an elf. We'll read it.
Elves usually sound very masculine?
This one sounds strangely feminine. It's very strange.
Strangely feminine. Very strange. Okay. You're reading it out loud. I had it typed up. I was going to show it to you in Roll20. Instead, I'm just going to read it out loud. It says in a flowing, archaic script, "Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of the township of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance within our community. The love of my life, Irina Kolyana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our town cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows, if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine. Kolyan Idrivovic, Borgomaster."
Well, clearly this message is not addressed to us because we're not valorous. We're not good at anything. Or are we? We are, right?
I think I'm good at things. Dear friend. What's your name, by the way?
Well, my name is Temis. I believe we've not met before, but I see this message and it really interests me.
It would appear that not only were we good drinking buddies, I'm still betting you on that I can drink more than you, by the way. But it also seems that somebody thinks we would make great adventuring companions. So, I am Istme. Oh my god. I have so many Ist names. I am Istmagil. But if that's too complex, you may call me Rakesh.
Well, I find both those names very complex. Can I call you Elf?
You could call me Surislme if you like.
Surislme. All right, I will get that name wrong, but every time I get wrong, I'll buy you a beer. How about that?
Sounds good. But McGill will work as well. And, well, I think it would be good for us to go and check this place out. Also, it looks like there might be some coin, and as we all know, we can never have too much of that.
I very much agree.
Else at the table going to speak up?
You all have complicated names. We should just get on with it.
Did anyone else notice how everyone got quiet when that person walked in?
You should see what happens when an elf walks into a bar. Oh my god.
No, but it was creepily quiet. No one is concerned.
He did have some fine hosiery on.
I stand up and say, did anybody recognize that guy? Anybody at all?
The conversation lulls, and some of them look over at you kind of suspiciously, but then they return to their conversation, ignoring you very pointedly.
I just laugh as he gets ignored. I just laugh.
I sit back down.
Making friends, are we?
Who needs friends? Had too many humans as friends, watched them all die of old age. Much rather just...
Must not have been warriors if you watched them die of old age.
I was very good at taking care of people in the past, and I realized that it's usually not worth it.
It is a very pessimistic outlook at life, sir.
Well, fighting alongside fellow elves is useful. Other people tend to not last very long. But at least let's try to survive this together, and then we'll see how we go from there.
How old are you exactly? I have never bothered to ask, sir.
200 years old. Master... what was your name again?
And that would be Themis.
Themis, yes. Oh yes, Master Themis. I believe you said something about a silver heart once?
Oh, don't let me bring up that story, sir. It's very tragic. I prefer to forget my sorrows and drink.
Raphael starts to play a cheery little ditty to lighten the mood a bit.
Mr. Miguel, he holds up his tankard and, like, taps it to Themis's. I'll drink for that, friend.
Are you buying? Because I'll be drinking as well, then.
He says, ask me about that when we sneak out the back.
Kevin catches on and also drinks as much ale as he can if he knows he's not paying.
Well then, I suggest we take a closer look at this letter and then decide whether or not we shall continue with whatever we want to do.
Yeah, okay. I'll roll an investigation check on the letter, see if there's anything I can glean from it.
Okay.
So that'll be a 25.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me these. 25. You can tell that the parchment is very old. And the letter does not look written in a hurry, but it is freshly written.
Would I be able to determine from which house this letter came? Like, he says he is very rich, but I don't just believe that kind of stuff. I've been duped too many times in the past.
You can make a knowledge history check to see if you recognize the name.
I'll do a history check. Since that's what I'm good at, I guess.
Yeah, he got an 18.
Okay.
Remember, she's not
Burgomaster.
Say it out.
Yeah, you gotta tell me. Burgomaster is a common title for the leader of a village or a small town, a community. And
All right. So I
It's not a
relay this
position with-
information to them. And I tell them that the letter is legit and it does seem to be of some heritage. So the finances might be reliable.
Well then, I suggest we get some sleep, head out in the morning. Unless, of course, you would like to head out during the night.
Yeah, this town is a bit shady. I say wait till morning.
Agreed.
Now, a more important question. Are there any attractive women in this bar before we go to sleep?
Raphael is also
bards.
interested in this.
I'm not a bard, I'm a paladin.
I'm the bard.
yes, there are a handful of attractive women in this bustling bar.
Kevin will take all of them.
Alright, I would like to relay this information to the others.
That there are attractive women in the bar?
No, I want you to actually relay it. Like, what would you say to us?
Hey man, right, how should I relay this? Do you want me to be your wingman or something?
Look
No,
at
no, I want to hear what you would say. Like, wow, I am amazed at the bountiful amount of.
that one looks like she's got
Amazed.
balcony Shakespeare.
Exactly what you just said, sir.
I'm amazed at the bountiful seed this country has provided us. Or something like
No, it
equally
wouldn't be like
ridiculous.
it wouldn't be like that.
There are hot babes up in this hizzy. Let's get in there.
No, your character just turns, looks at all the women and goes, "Damn!"
Right, you guys made it perverse. Now I'm going to bed.
You guys do have rooms in this tavern.
All right, Guan Yu's gonna head up to his room.
Okay.
Well, before going to bed, I'm going to stroll up to the fiery hearth in the bar. I'm going to start making a performance to try and get some extra gold in, maybe, for people wanting to tip.
And I will assist him with my performance skill as well.
Who just said that? I'm having trouble distinguishing your voices in the Skype call, sorry.
I'm sorry, we'll talk with the accent from now on. I'm Raphael.
Gosh. My name is Eniko Montoya. Kiss my
This is going to be great. I know. It's going to be great, guys.
Let's
All
go.
Raphael needs to do is be a cat
Yes!
Raphael is playing. Who's assisting with his perform skill?
now. Ist Miguel is...
He plays Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, let's see, where is it?
Istmagil, the high and mighty elven knight of Myth Draenor, is going to perform in a tavern.
I'd give up forever.
Gotta pay them bills.
Okay.
That's a 13 to assist. He got a 33.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. The patrons, despite the suspicious looks that they've been giving, are very happy with this new music, and you do get a collection of coins.
Yeah.
Let's roll for that. Yeah. It's not a rich place, but you do get a couple of gold coins and 13 silver.
Cool.
Okay. I know Raphael. I say, hey, do you know the song, The Misty Maiden? Let's play that one. They'll probably love it.
Is there
I
any
do
way I
remember
can use my dance skills to just dance these tunes?
Now the entire party just turns into a gigantic
Dance troupe.
dance troupe, and we just do nothing but make money here.
I can
Cameron's
already
turn
tell that the
spinning on
GM didn't
head.
expect any of this.
No,
I mean,
not
the
at all.
fun part of Dungeons and Dragons is that you can turn around and go, no, I don't want to take on that adventure. Let's go form a dance troupe. You can if you want to.
No, that would be mean. But I would like to roll a performance check, though. Just because I can. There we go.
Curvin is breakdancing on a table.
It must be a hearty table, of course.
You
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
give me a number for that.
That's a 23.
23.
A gorgeous elven dance from your homeland, flowing graceful lines, and everybody's clapping and cheering.
Are there any women attracted to the dancing?
What did you roll? 23?
It's got that subtle elven thrusting towards.
I don't know how you're breakdancing to Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, but it must be entertaining.
Oh. Everybody in the room is very impressed with your skill and grace. There is one woman, one of the barmaids off to the side, who is eyeing you.
All right, I would like to walk up to her and say, "Not today."
Just shut her down.
Not today, baby. I might be dead tomorrow.
Wait for me.
Wait for me, but not too
Nope.
long.
You know what? Okay, this is a great opportunity.
Oh God, no! I'm being cursed. Am I not? Oh God.
She kicks you in the balls.
Make your reflex saving throw. Go.
Did I hear that you're going to Barovia?
Why, yes. Have you been paying attention to our discussion as I was dancing?
Well, then, don't go. You won't come back. None of them ever do.
What do you mean? I mean, are you concerned for my safety?
The place is cursed. It's been cursed for generations. No one's ever come back. Just the gypsies, and one of them is the one that gave you the letter.
All right, I'd like to motion the other guys in like a very inconspicuous manner. Like, guys, come over and hear this shit.
Hush now,
I-
excuse
Kind
me.
of lumbers over, no subtlety at all, just standing 6 feet over her.
As I hear him say that say that we shouldn't go, as I'm singing the lyrics to Raphael's song, I cleverly try to slip in challenge accepted.
What? What?
Okay.
Right. I interact with the girl further, and I slip her a gold coin just to loosen the mouth a little bit more.
Oh,
Be misinterpreted.
I'm not that type of girl.
she is, but
I was feeling generous, all right.
just
Well,
that
thank you.
if you're heading out to Barovia, this is your last night.
All right, I'd like to slip her another gold coin. How many gold
Oh
coins?
yeah, make it rain.
How many gold coins do I have?
You have it. You should have it written in your inventory. I don't have access to your character
like-
sheets.
I should have like 250. Let's go with that.
How much should we start with?
Like 6,000 gold.
You started with
1,000.
6,000.
All right, so
God
I
damn,
should
6,000
have
is
like
a lot less than I
5,000
had.
gold.
That's a lot more than I have.
He just says, "Well, this is my last night out."
All right, so I put a small
There you go.
purse of gold coins on the counter, and I say, "Talk to me, baby."
What?
Whatever you want to know.
What do you mean by this place is cursed?
Every so often, adventurers will go out and try to beat the terrible evil that inhabits Barovia, and we'll watch them go, and they don't come back. I wouldn't want the same terrible fate, and she's going to rest one arm on your shoulder, to happen to you, too.
All right, is this because of the gold coins or because of the dancing? Because now I'm confused.
You'll
Well,
never know.
You said
You
you
could
had,
roll
like,
insight.
5,000.
No, I said I'd give her a small purse of gold coins.
Yeah.
All right, so
Notice how much money you got for your performance. You just gave her a purse of gold coins.
Now we just need to play really, really well, so she gives us all those coins back.
I want the world to see me. Yes, I don't.
All right,
My eyes just
so
stop singing.
I'd like to say how many adventurers have met their fate like this, and if they all start with this message that we received, and I show her the letter.
No, it's he has terrible different methods to attract adventurers into the net of this curse. Just stay here. You don't have to go and follow this wild goose chase. It's been this way for centuries. Nothing's gonna change.
Centuries? Is the curse this old?
As long as anyone here can remember, and longer.
All right, I relay this information to the others if they have not joined me yet.
I would like to make a history check
Mhm.
to check my elven training, because elves live a lot longer, so they would have a longer history, I would think.
Okay.
To see if I can remember when exactly this curse began, or if there was like a specific era when it began, like Middle Ages, pre-Middle Ages, stuff like that. That's a 6. I don't remember shit.
6. How old are you?
200.
200? Your father mentioned it in passing, but you don't remember much about it.
Yeah, I was asleep in history class.
It's alright. I interrupt because he's apparently not remembering things, and I just slip him a gold coin purse. Like 50 gold pieces in it. Just to cheer him up.
Jesus.
He sort of looks at
Make it
and
rain!
says- He sort of looks at the coin purse and says, "And what will I do with this?" as he puts it away. Thanks.
You
Pat
can
you on
use
the
it to
shoulder.
buy me drinks in the future.
You should
Indeed.
probably be
Oh,
asking.
no.
You'll have to for it.
The woman that you're talking to is going to look over at one of her friends and raise her eyebrows, and the friend is going to come over and stand next to you now, since she knows you have money, and go, "Oh, I'm sure we can make it worth your while to stick around."
So
This m-
this is clearly because of the gold, guys. They're gold diggers. How will we solve this issue?
I finish my song and I slip over and say, "You say no one has ever returned. Correct?"
They look at you, they want more gold.
There was that one guy. Yeah. That one guy named, oh, I can't remember his name.
She holds out her hand.
I do not need the name. If no one has ever returned, this is the perfect chance for
Alright,
grand
can I use my-
adventure.
Can I use my charm on her instead of my gold? Because I just want to use charm one time. Alright, I'm going to use charm.
Sure.
Is that like persuasion, right?
Charm person? The spell?
No, it's just no. I'm just going to try and persuade her.
Oh,
Yeah, you could roll persuasion, or you could just roll straight charisma. Either way.
Charisma is also fine. All right, tell me more about what you just mentioned.
Oh, you got a
roll,
14, by the
roll
way.
the 14.
Whatever you say. There was this guy. He wandered out of the woods, coughing up a lung. He didn't last long. He looked like a villager. Someone who would have lived around here. He's the only one who's come out of there. I'm telling you, it's not worth it to go.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it is. Can you give me an address to this person? And I just like I flip my silver hair and I try and persuade her without having to give her gold.
An
I rolled
address.
30.
That would be a 13.
We buried him.
You buried him? So
he didn't
he died
last
after
more
all?
than an hour.
Oh. Well, where did you bury him?
In the graveyard out by the church. I'm sorry.
How
This
long
isn't.
ago?
This isn't nice conversation.
I give her another purse of gold.
Jesus.
It just became a nice conversation.
If you insist, this was. Oh, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, when that group of self-styled Knights of Justice went off to go kill whatever it was in Barovia.
Yeah, well, Knights of Justice always fail miserably.
No,
Surely me and my friends can do a lot better, ma'am.
What would you call yourselves then, if you're not Knights of Justice?
Well, I'm a knight of Mithranor, but that's neither here nor there. I would say profiteers.
I would say superheroes.
I would say someone who really likes magic.
Heroes and knights in shining armor? You don't deserve
Yeah.
to go off and die.
Knights in shining armor. That's the worst sort.
Well, guys, I think she wants more gold, but I've taken so many more for the team. You guys pay her now.
What? I'm not giving them any gold. You crazy? And I slink back off and start playing my mandolin again.
Alright, Guan Yu walks up and he goes, I think we've heard enough from you ladies. Regardless of if there's a curse or not, we will be going. If there is a curse, then we'll be the ones to rid the area of it. And if there isn't one, then at least we'll investigate and put an end to these stories.
A heroic pursuit.
Right,
Please
so
let us send you off happy.
there we go. So I go up to her and say, well, this might be my last night in the world, and I wouldn't want to spend it alone.
As Miguel says, the last time someone said that, some of my stuff went missing. Good day, ladies.
Come
Yeah,
on, guys, have some
Guan Yu
trust
walks
in the
up.
world. Have some trust. Right, because
Okay.
they're paranoid. I'm just going to go for it, guys. I just want to prove that humanity still is worth saving.
You have fun with that. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't pay for Strange. He heads up to his room.
He's just like, all right, let's do this, and then he like lives in a trailer for the rest of his life.
Well, you guys
Okay.
can go and have fun in your room alone then.
Hey, we'll.
Ladies, please follow me.
Oh, well, whatever you say.
I'm immune to disease anyway, so it's alright.
Oh, and there goes our paladin of good.
With a lady on each arm, with a lady on each arm. Going, yeah, I'm immune to disease anyway. Don't need
Okay.
no cleric.
To fast forward, the next morning dawns dim, gray, and gloomy, a thin drizzle falling from the clouds looming overhead.
Ismail gets up, stretches after his meditation, after studying his spell book for 4 hours before meditating for another 4, walks over and pounds on the paladin's door.
Wait, before I get up, I need to do a check, a performance check. Ooh, natural 20. No, not a natural 20, just 20. I want to know how well I performed last night.
No.
All right,
I think
so
that
the
would
paladin,
be, I think that would
the
be a
paladin opens the
dexterity
door.
check more than a charisma check. But
You ready to go? I'm gonna go hitch up Morden.
Oh yeah, right, the mission. Yeah, let me get ready.
I thought you
Okay.
named him Brunor.
Yeah, I gotta go. No. I gotta go hitch up Drizzt.
Right,
gotta
so
go
how
hitch up
much
my
of my
ass.
stuff is missing, by the way? Just checking.
All of it.
Let's see.
All of your
Or are
quick
they
curses,
still in
they're
the
all
bed?
gone.
Because I'm pretty sure I would have woken up if they would have tried to get out on me.
Oh, you'd be amazed. Whores are really good at stealth and sleight of hand.
They've got that expertise down.
You guys. You guys gave them enough money that they're pretty satisfied. They took their earnings and ran.
Yeah, they can go retire now.
It's alright, guys. I
They're
took
gonna
one
open
for the
their own
team.
bar.
I expect you guys to do the same in the future.
Maybe next
So
time you can
Smiggle-
do it without giving them 1 billion gold.
Yeah. So Smiggle goes around waking up everybody who's going to be going with him. Sort of taking like the old drill sergeant perspective, and he makes his way to Bruenor Battlehoof, and hitches up the donkey and his cart.
Okay. Donkey? Cart? Party is awake?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. Alright, so guys, do we get breakfast and then get some rations going and then
Don't need
proceed?
it. Off to adventure! And I start dragging my chest out of my room downstairs.
Off to adventure!
Can I summon my steed in the bar?
Summon your steed? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the paladin has a
Paladins
spell
can
called
summon-
Find Steed.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
thank God.
summon-
That wasn't
Find
a euphemism.
steed.
His horse,
Can I cast it in the bar just for dramatic effect?
You can
Don't-
cast it in the bar, but your steed will not enter the bar.
Oh,
He's
it's
just
too
like,
bad.
don't worry, bartender. We'll pay for everything. Come, steed! Like a bunch of tables just explode as the steed materializes. The barkeep.
I'd
like,
rather it burst through the wall like the Hawaiian punch guys.
The Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, the cool.
You just see the barkeep's like mouth open as he slaps his hand on the top of his head. He's like, he just like mouth agape, and he's like, "I'm never inviting a paladin in here again."
Okay,
It's
what
just
form do
really
you
the
choose?
side.
You get to form the choose. Form the choose. Choose the form.
Or that Jews.
Well, it's
Just
it's
you,
a
Pikachu.
steed, a white steed, of course, with armor,
Okay.
basically.
Takes on a form that you choose, such as a warhorse, a pony, a camel, an elk, or a mastiff.
Ooh, an elk.
An elk. Okay, we're going full on Therendil here.
You are now that prince from that one Miyazaki film.
No, it's fine. I'll do a
That
warhorse.
one.
I'll
I
do a
love him.
warhorse.
Yeah.
It's
A
fine.
warhorse. Okay. A warhorse appears in gleaming barding outside the door.
Awesome.
Still dragging
Right.
my chest out.
You get to choose which language it speaks.
It speaks my language, common, so the
Common.
others can understand.
Okay.
I start telling the horse in Elven how much smarter my donkey is than it.
The horse doesn't understand.
It speaks common. You're talking to a horse.
You can communicate it with it telepathically.
Alright, they'll never know what we exchange in our minds, little horse.
I'm assuming it's celestial, not fey or fiend.
It is celestial, yeah.
Okay. You have an angel horse.
Awesome.
A talking angel horse that you can communicate with telepathically.
Awesome.
This spell is ridiculous.
Its
Can
name
it
is
fly?
Mr. Ed.
Can it fly?
No.
Damn!
Oh, I know what your horse sounds like. It's just like, oh boy.
we must construct more pylons.
Alright.
Alright, so are you guys ready to go on an adventure?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my chest up on the carriage.
On the cart.
How are
Yep, on the cart.
how are Guan Yu and Kevrin doing?
Kevrin's just like sitting there agape at the celestial horse that appeared as if from nowhere.
And Guan Yu?
I'm good. I've seen the spell before. I head outside and next to the cart.
Okay then.
Got some more room. Start heading down the west road where we're supposed to go.
Yep. The west road leads into the Svalek woods. Black pools of water stand like dark mirrors about the muddy roadway. Thick, cold mists spread a pallor over the road. Giant tree trunks. What?
From your description, I would like to cast a spell called Detect Good and Evil. Because I don't trust this shit.
That's a running theme in this campaign.
Oh, I also pull up my hood.
I am very paranoid.
I pull up my hood to activate the stealth effect. So if I have to roll stealth at all, I get advantage on it.
Oh no, that's the wrong one, sorry.
This spell will last up to 10 minutes.
Detect evil and good, and that's the information, sorry.
That will last up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can't read.
Okay. Though the woods appear menacing, you don't sense any evil in this area.
Well, damn, that's disappointing.
Okay. Giant tree trunks stand on both sides of the road, their branches drawing into the mist, clawing into the mists. In every direction, the mists grow thicker and the forest grows more oppressive.
It's almost like being in a dwarven kingdom or something.
The road twists and turns over a ridge and then starts descending down into a valley. You can't see with the way the trees block the light and loom over the road, but you can tell that you're going downhill. Eventually, 5 hours later, you come to something that looks different. Jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, high stone buttresses loom up, gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. They're rusted and gnarled. Dew clings with cold tenacity to their bars. 2 statues of armed guardians silently flank the gate. Their heads, missing from their shoulders, now lie among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence.
Are the gates open or locked, or...?
They're closed right now.
I'm going to mage hand a rock and throw it through the gate. Does anything happen to the rock? Yes,
Nope.
Miguel does. Okay.
Nope, it disappears into the mist on the other side.
Kevin just gonna walk up and try to push the gates open.
Okay, as you approach, the gates open, screeching as they move.
Right, I would just like to point out to the party that is not usual gate behavior.
Raphael is smiling so wide right now because he thinks this is so cool.
It turns out that this McGill was in the back just mage handing the entire time and snickering.
Mage hand is 5 pounds. Okay then. You're standing in front of the gates.
Alright, Kevin will walk in, continue on.
I'll follow on Brunor.
Yeah, I'd like to take point and actually move close to the front so that if anything happens, I can actually take the brunt of the damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate Divine Sense here.
Divine Sense. I need to check what that is, sorry.
The presence of a strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor. And
Thank you.
powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As a standard action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial, fiend, or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not
Yes.
its identity.
I've got it.
Good.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Don't sense any undead, fiends, or celestials, but there is a presence of evil. It seems to come from the very air. As you walk, as the last member of the party walks through the gates, they slam behind you with a screech, then a final sounding clang.
I would like to point out that it is also not usual gate behavior.
It's fine. This is all fun.
Mr. McGill tries to mage hand the
Spooky,
doors to
isn't
move
it?
again.
They will not open.
So there's a gate, there's a wall here, right?
There's 2 big stone buttresses. Otherwise, the woods are just pressing in. They're thick and there's dense undergrowth underneath them.
Okay, but we could go around, say, the gate if we needed to.
With some work, yes, you could get around the gate.
Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna mage hand a rock and throw it over the gate. Does it run into something or fly over the
It
gate?
flies right over the gate and lands on the far side.
You see, it's fine. You're being paranoid.
He nods. Says, sounds good. Alright, Brunner, come on, get going forward.
Okay. You continuing
All
down
right.
the road then?
Yeah, I'm anxious and I'm taking point, making sure that everyone stays behind because shit is going to go down because gates don't do that kind of thing.
Well, sometimes it can be a trap of some sorts. Probably is a trap.
Okay.
It also might just be some sort of mechanism, a pressure plate of sorts.
As you continue descending into the valley, the mist grows thicker. A dense, cold mist that is really uncomfortable. I'm not sure where I meant to go with that. Towering trees, their tops lost in the low-hanging clouds, block out all save a death gray light. The tree trunks almost touch. The thick, damp undergrowth presses in on you, making it impossible even to see one another at times. The woods have the silence.
Before we continue, sorry for interrupting you again, but I would like to cast something on my weapon so that we can actually stay close to her and see each other. So that would be... I think it's Searing Smite.
Searing Smite.
Yeah, let me take a look.
I don't think that will last very long. You could cast light or weapon.
All right, let's do that.
Because light has a much longer
Yes, I would
lasting
like to cast
effect.
light weapon. Yeah.
Okay. Your sword starts glowing and it makes you a beacon in the mist.
I would also like to make a stealth check in the cart. Maybe stepping back over the lip of the cart to sort of give myself cover from the front and maybe the sides.
Okay. Roll and tell me what you get.
Okay. So I pull up my hood first, so that will give me advantage.
Yep, Cloak of Elvenkind.
Yep, that is a 17 to stealth.
17 to stealth. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Thought we weren't allowed to have wondrous items.
Cloak of Elvenkind is uncommon.
It's also wondrous, though.
Oh. No. Sorry. That is not what I meant. You can... Wondrous is a different distinction. I thought you meant, like, very rare or...
Oh, because I think it's different in 5e.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 5e items can be normal or wondrous or something, but they're based on their rarity. So it goes common, uncommon, rare, very rare, and then legendary.
Yes. You cannot have very rare or legendary, but wondrous items are fine. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because when I asked you about the ogre strength gauntlets, you're like, no wondrous items, and that's an uncommon wondrous item.
Oh. I'm very sorry about that. It's been... interesting. If you want the ogre strength gauntlets, you can.
I'll just look at the list again. I was just taking it from, like, the top, like... It's quite a shorter list without those on them.
Yeah. Okay. I have something I'm supposed to do. Okay. As you walk You realize that the woods are absolutely silent. The silence of a forgotten grave, yet they exude the feeling of an unsounded scream. Shortly after you start walking again, you hear a single noise. That's the howl of a wolf, unnaturally low-pitched off in the distance. Then silence again.
I'm gonna get my longbow out and just like rest it on my lap as I direct Bruno with the other hand.
Okay. You continue walking, descending along the curving road for another hour, and nothing happens, nothing changes, still the oppressive feeling of the woods and the silence around you. Everybody make a perception. It's not spot anymore, perception.
Alright.
22.
Perception.
9.
7.
21.
I'm the most perceptive elf ever.
There are 5 of you. I should get one more number.
Yeah, 4.
4.
Dude, you got like totally screwed there.
You're
Well,
lucky,
two of you
guys.
noticed.
It's
For
alright.
both of them.
Good thing
2
you're
of
in the
you
front.
notice, and 3 of you don't. The 2 of you notice a pale shape through the mist on the side of the road, sticking out from underneath a bush. As you approach, you realize that it's an arm.
Is the
Fingers
arm
curled.
attached to something?
Blue and black tinged fingers. Yes.
Kevin is just going to grab the wrist and pull real hard.
Okay. As you pull, a body tumbles out of the underbrush at the side of the road. It's what looks like a villager, no older than 15. His clothes are tattered and torn, but ripped, as if by claws. He's covered in dead blood. He's been dead for days.
Can I do a medicine check on him to determine, well, some details about his death?
Yes.
Or, right.
Whichever one of you grabbed his wrist, you notice that inside his hand, loosely curled into a fist, is a ball of paper.
Alright, I rolled an 8 on the medicine check.
These look like wolf marks. Actually, now that you're looking, there are claw from wolf marks all over his body, and there are footprints in the road.
Alright, I relay this information to them and I notify them of the footprints.
Kevin will unroll the letter and read what he
This
picked out of.
parchment is worn, flimsy. It's been reused many times and it's scraped almost so it's transparent. The writing on it is hastily scrawled. It says, are you going to read it out loud?
Sure, why not?
It says, "Hail to thee of might and valor. I, the
knew it.
burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina, has been these past nights bitten by a creature calling its race vampire. For over 400 years he has drained this land of the lifeblood of its people. Now, my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. Yet I fear, too, that the creature has some more cunning plan in mind. He has become too powerful to be fought any longer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the evil one may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Kolyan Indiravik, Burgomaster."
But
Mr. Bill
shit.
says, well, it sounds like their treasury ought to have a lot of magic items. Let's head forward, guys.
The letter is dated 1 week ago.
All right. I would like to bury the corpse and, well, give it the proper burial, since I am a paladin and I do care about some shit, except for drink and whoring.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll help him in
It'll-
doing this.
It'll take some work. The ground is hard and rocky. It'll take you about an hour to dig his grave and set him to rest.
While
That's
they're
alright.
digging the grave, I'm going to investigate the footprints.
Okay,
I rolled a 7.
a 7. They look like wolf footprints.
Are they in a set? Like, I guess, are there 4? Like, can I tell if there are like 4 sets of, or 2 sets, I guess, of the footprints? Like, is it walking on all 4s or is it walking upright?
With a
Oh, I see what
7?
you're thinking, sir.
With a 7, you can't tell.
Okay.
Can I? Oh no.
There
I'm
are a
digging
lot
grave.
of footprints, so either one creature walked around here a lot, or there were a lot of creatures here walking around.
Is anybody in our group like an archer or anything?
I am.
We have an elf.
What's your character's full name?
Ismail. It is. Ismail Sorslame.
Okay, what's
You can
an
call me Rakesh if you really want.
Rakesh? Okay, Rakesh. I call over to Rakesh. Take a look at these footprints. What can you tell? I mean, I know it's a wolf, but I can't tell if how many there were.
He walks over and hands you the shovel
I immediately
As he-
drop the shovel.
as he starts looking at the footprints as well.
I
is
continue
12.
burying the corpse.
That's a 12.
Mm-hmm. I rolled a 4.
These are wolf footprints. You can tell that they're four-legged wolves from their gait. They seem larger than normal.
He strokes his chin and says, "Big wolves, maybe dire wolves of some sort."
Hmm.
Winter is coming.
Don't,
All right. Could I?
don't.
Are they relaying this information to me?
Yeah. He's
Could-
sort of.
Could I
musing
do
about
like
it.
a check on like what kind of wolves this might be?
That'd be
Like,
like
I don't-
nature.
Nature, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try that as well.
Raphael just kind of like he's gonna take
16.
the old letter from before and just like.
It's I rolled a
16?
16. Yep.
Okay. There are several types of creatures that could leave this type of footprint. Either wolves enhanced in some way, dire wolves, or wargs. You can't tell which it is.
All right. I relayed information to them that these wolves might be enhanced in some way, so we're not dealing with just an ordinary pack of wolves.
Islamel nods and says, "Yes, I agree." Well, Islamel.
It shouldn't be a problem. We can handle wolves, as long as there isn't 100.
Well, considering we heard that these lands are cursed, we might be dealing with villagers that were cursed in some way and turned into wolves. That wouldn't be beyond the natural order of things, I guess.
That is true. Anybody here good at driving a cart?
That would
I
be
have-
proficiency land vehicles.
I do have that. Guan Yu
Good.
does.
Would you like to drive the cart while I scout ahead?
Sure, not a problem. I walk over to the body and I set it on fire. And then I walk over to the other paladin and I go, "It's easier than burial." And then I jump on the cart.
And I look at them as I just finished the grave and say, "You say this now? Really? You say this now?"
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to scout like a good 30 feet ahead, trying to make sure that I stay in cover and essentially see if there's anything around bends and stuff like that.
Okay. As the smoke from the funeral pyre higher, starts rising into the air, you hear the wolf howl again in the distance. As you keep walking, a second wolf howls along.
Okay, I'll roll my stealth check now and perception. So that is a. So for stealth, that'll be a 12, and form. What the hell? Let's see, perception. Perception, that's a 7.
A 7 for perception?
Yeah. A 7 for perception for when we see something, and then a stealth 12 for how well he's hiding while he's scouting ahead.
Okay.
Approximately how far ahead is he from the
He's
group?
only about 30 feet ahead, so
Oh,
he's
okay.
within like charging distance. Or I should just say normal move speed distance.
Gotcha.
Okay. The wolves continue howling off and on from different directions. You can hear them approaching your location. But before you see any of the wolves, you find the end of the woods. The trees stop abruptly, as if a knife had cut them, and below you see a valley, covered in mist. The river Ilvis flows as clear as a blue winter sky, not my words, word of the module, through the bottom. And you see the town of Barovia in the middle. Buildings hunched together, and unexpectedly there's very little smoke to be seen rising from the chimneys.
This will be a turn. Go ahead.
On the opposite side of the valley, towering above on a spire of rock, is the castle Ravenloft. It is thousands of feet above the valley floor. You can see its black shape looming and casting a shadow across the village.
I look at the rest of the group and I just sigh. I just sigh and say, "Really, guys, really?"
I say, think about all the stairs.
You can see that the road that you're on now, after twisting and turning through the woods, goes almost straight towards the village, and then straight out the other side. There's a bridge over the river, and then it continues into the forest on the other side of the valley.
Ismagil turns to the rest of the party and says, "Alright, so if we climb up some trees, we would have a height advantage against these wolves. If we ride to Barovia, the city itself, we might have a chance of outrunning them, or they might just leave us alone once we leave the woods. What do you guys think we should do?"
We should probably go for the fastest way.
If we could just lock ourselves in a building, they won't be able to get us.
That's true.
I would like to point out that the possibility of cursed villages that turned into wargs is still there, and I do not believe that a warg is being held back much by a door.
It's fine.
Also, this place is cursed. It might just be filled with the undead. We might arrive there just to be swarmed by the unliving. Look at how many fireplaces don't have smoke coming out of them in this weather. I assume it's snowy, or at least really cold.
It is not snowy, but it is cold and damp.
Mm-hmm.
There's no wind, though.
I asked the rest of the group, is the castle ahead our destination?
Well,
Yes, we believe so, right?
Yeah, we were asked to go to, I believe, what accounts to the town mayor.
We should at least search around the town first.
Yes. Do the wolves sound to still be getting closer? Or do
You
they
haven't
seem
heard
to
the wolves recently.
Oh, guys, when you don't hear them, they're close.
Yeah, that means they're about to attack. I'm going to climb a tree real quick.
Okay.
Hold on, just a little test. Are I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy to make my voice booming loud, and I'm going to howl out toward the woods.
Yes, let's make sure they know where we are.
So that's a 12.
It's just to see
climb
if
up.
they're close.
Your howl echoes over the silent forest. There is no response.
So that's a 12 to climb one of the trees.
Okay. You managed to climb up into one of the trees.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
I get my longbow out and I just look around to see if there's any wolves closing in on the party. Damn it, I keep hitting persuasion or performance. That is a 22 to perception.
Okay. You do catch a fleeting glimpse of a gray body running off through the woods. Otherwise, the forest is completely still. You don't see anything.
So it's running away or running, like, just sideways, do I think?
Running away.
I pause, keep looking around. I take it I don't see anything else.
No?
I call down softly. Looks like they're withdrawing now. Maybe there's some sort of security force intended to prevent people from leaving.
Maybe I scared them off.
I
Eh?
just laugh and I think better be safe than sorry, guys. So we should not keep or let our card down right now.
Istmagil strokes his chin and says, I think they're sentinels. Puts his longbow away and climbs down. Oh well, let's get out of here and head into town. If they're going to attack us, they probably would have by now.
Okay, are you heading into town?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as usual, Ismagil's going to be scouting ahead. I'll roll the perception and stealth. For
Okay.
That. So that is a stealth 23 and a perception 15.
Okay. As you approach the village, you can see the fields around. Some of them are cleared, some of them are overgrown, but it doesn't look like they're very productive or fruitful. As you approach the village through the mist, tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. And the tall shapes become recognizable as the dwellings of the village of Barovia. The windows of each house either stare out from pools of black nothingness, or they're nailed shut, boarded across. No sound cuts the silence, except for a single mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. Your
Oh
road
god, I'm not good
continues
with sobs.
straight forward through the village, though there are other alleyways that go to either side. These buildings look battered, like they've been clawed, some of them burned. Some of their doors swing open emptily.
So as we go, I have dark vision 120 because of the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be looking in each and every one of the houses as we go, seeing if I can see anything in them.
Most of them are empty. Some of them do have smoke coming from the chimneys. The doors are barricaded shut, the windows nailed closed.
Does there
They've
look
been
like
fortified.
there are claw marks on any of the outside buildings?
Some of them, yes.
Same kind of claw marks as we saw before?
Yep.
I look at the letter, then the name on the letter. What does it say again?
Kolyan Idronovic, I think.
Okay. I knock on one of the barricaded doors. You know where we can find a Kulyan Janovic?
There's no response.
That is the most direct strategy I've ever seen. Go for it.
Kevrin's gonna listen at the door. Can you hear anyone inside?
Make a perception roll.
16.
16. Yes, it sounds like someone is crying inside.
Oh, if someone is crying, my paladin will rush forward through the door and just find out where the source is.
Well, it's barricaded.
Well,
Are you gonna
I
break
don't-
down the door?
I take out my great sword, I drop my shield, and I just bang at the door. I don't want anyone crying
Just
on
tear
my
down
watch.
the barricade, rush in. We're here to help.
I'm sure that'll help with
There's
the
no
crying.
response. Oh, okay.
Rush in with like two-headed sword in hand, like "Argh." Haven't shaved. In
I'll
a
be right
couple of
back.
days.
All right, do I need to
Okay.
do a strength check for this?
Hey, gotta get some directions.
I think she
Hey, you got
should
any
be right back.
mead?
Hey guys, I
I am
just
the
can't
law.
stand crying. I'm sorry. It needs to be silenced.
One way or the other.
I take my job as a paladin serious, all right?
Would
Still
breaking and
fear in the
entering at this
populace.
point, or just breaking?
I hope you're not a lawful paladin.
No, I'm
If
a
you kick
neutral, a
in
neutral
somebody's door but you
paladin.
don't enter, is it still breaking and entering?
Yeah, I'd say so.
That depends, really. If it's for the greater good, a paladin can pretty much justify anything.
The greater good.
Sacrificing firstborn. Greater good.
Here's your black robe. Oh no, I know what it is now. Like, what is it? This
Okay,
town
back.
becomes the town of Hot Fuzz.
That is my warning, guys.
All right, so I would just like to use my greatsword to break down the door and rush in. That's what I would like to do.
Okay,
Back, bio and food.
under the concerted attack of a paladin with a great sword, the door cracks and shatters and break and pulls away from the hinges. As you look inside, you can see.
Is it a maiden in distress? Please tell me it's a maiden in distress.
She's distressed because of you.
Cameron just got like his hand over his face. He's just like, oh god.
An older farmer with an axe in hand standing between you, who just broke down the door of his home,
I
and
cast command. I
his
cast
wife
command,
and
and
his daughter, who are crying in a corner.
I cast command, and the command is calm down.
It's
do
a
you
one-word
direct it at?
command. It's a one-word command.
Calm. That's the one that gets across.
Calm. Yes.
Who do you direct it at? The man?
At the man with the axe.
At the man with the axe. Okay.
I would also like to add, I come in peace. After that command.
Jesus.
I come in peace.
Give me directions.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a fail.
So I win? I win?
Yes, you win. His shoulders come down from their aggressive position. He kind of puts his axe by his side, hooking it back through his belt. He looks and goes, "What are you doing here?"
I heard sobbing from inside the door. I thought this was a maiden in distress, and I felt compelled to break down your door, sir. Other than that, we are here to rid you, your nation, or your city of this curse that we have heard about.
I've
we
heard
seek
that one
someone
before.
who gives us directions. All right, I look back at the people that are probably just looking at me, face palming, and I say, "It's fine, guys. I solved it."
You won't do any better than the rest of them. Just leave us in peace.
I tell him, "Why was there sobbing? Is there an issue right here, right now? Are you being attacked? Are you just scared?"
Perhaps it's the paladin.
Just
that hacked
go.
the door down.
Adventurer. He says that word like it's a curse. Then he turns around and goes and helps his wife and daughter to their feet. And
All right. So what I'd like to do is I would like to give some of my rations and a purse of gold to these farmers, and say, "I'm sorry for breaking down your door. I am pretty sure that this small token of 500 gold coins will help you get out of this place and, well, start a new life
He gives a bitter laugh. There is no getting out.
Then I take the gold purse back.
Wow.
It was a joke. I'm not taking it.
I'm literally in the back face palming, and I'm just going, zealots.
All right, so
Now, do you have anything else, or will you leave my family in peace?
I would like to ask whether or not we can get directions to where we need to go.
Where you need to go? Is that what you're going to ask?
I show them the letter that we received, and I ask directions to where this person that wrote the letter is.
He looks at the letter, and then he laughs. You failed already. Try the tavern.
Okay, what shenanigans are going on?
Right, the tavern. Oh, that's great. I like taverns.
Wait.
Raphael's already walking away.
Oh, what happened when you kicked open the door?
Try the tavern and ask after Ismark.
He mentally violated the father and the woman and daughter watched.
It's not violated per se. I mean, it might not be the most kind thing I've ever done as a paladin, but it was necessary. I didn't want to
You're
kill
just
him.
like, who does number 2 work for? I don't know.
It's nothing like that. I mean, maybe just a little, but...
Now, if you're done here,
So, Mr. would like to talk to this guy a little bit now that we've kicked open his door.
It's a good icebreaker, isn't it?
Raphael heard tavern, and he's already walking away toward the tavern, wherever it might be. He's just looking.
Yeah, I'm following Raphael to the tavern as well.
He says, what exactly happened here? Can you tell us?
it is the way things are. No one can change it.
Would you like us to try and help escort you people out of here?
That's his only response.
Don't know about you guys, but this guy is very cynical. I don't like cynical people.
Mr. McGill nods, smiles, and pats the guy on the shoulder and says, I understand your cynicism.
You don't understand a thing.
He shrugs, maybe. But after we... So, this all happened because of... Do you remember when all this started to befall Barovia?
No one remembers when it started.
This guy, man, he's harder to talk to than a fucking Oprah.
Why... There's claw marks all over the place. Are they like werewolves or giant wolves that invade the area at night or something?
The devil's creatures attack us all here.
Devil's creatures? Can you describe these?
The devil Strahd. His creatures. The wolves. The bats.
So if we kill Strahd, they might stop?
Kill Strahd. Yes, you do that. I will be here doing my best to protect my family from bandits
I have a question.
who break into my home.
Well, I'm the one who knocked politely. The paladin of law is the one who broke open your door. But I have a question real quick. How exactly did you bar the outside of the door? Was the door barred from the outside or the inside?
The inside.
Oh, okay. That would have been hilarious.
I would... So, who was sobbing inside? Was it the child? Was it the woman?
It was the child. She's still
Alright,
crying.
I'd like to give her something from my inventory before I leave, and that would be a bell. And I tell her that if she ever feels in danger again, she can just ring that bell and then pray for someone to arrive to help.
She's not going to take it. Her mother is going to glare at you.
Wow, this family, holy shit. Well, you're testing my paladinness right now.
This McGill says, "You got any wood? We can try to barricade this thing from the outside too." As he starts
Ask at the store. I have
closing the
nothing
door.
for adventurers.
This McGill says, "Well, I was actually going to help you barricade your door again, but
I'll
Okay.
do it myself.
He closes the door.
You hear the bar thump into place on the other side.
No, guys, I really don't like this guy.
This McGill nods and says, "I think this guy has the right idea.
All right,
How is he still
so
alive?"
I'd like to leave the cottage, and as I leave, I'd like to say sorry about your door.
Okay.
Dude, you're like a Canadian home invader. You kick open their door. Sorry.
I tried to be nice, all right? There was a damsel in distress.
Okay, it's now almost noon. The pale light shines down through the clouds, the very dense clouds, and filters through. It's still dim and gloomy, but this is the brightest it's going to get.
Okay.
Okay,
My
so I
God,
go,
such a gloomy pace, place.
Raphael is playing something to lighten the mood a little bit.
Okay, heading toward the inn?
yeah, this
Yeah.
McGill's going to go to the inn/tavern/store.
Okay.
I assume they're all just the same place.
No, as you approach the square, you see that there are... Where's my map? I bring you guys to the map, but I can't do that. There is a map for you guys to see, however, next time. The town square is large and circular. Most of the buildings on it are abandoned, just almost destroyed, but 2 of them are still standing. Fortified, battered, splintered, paint fading. They're in terrible condition, but you can see that there's still lights on inside. One of them is the store. A sign over the door creaks on its hinges, proclaiming this Bildrath's Mercantile. On the other side of the square is the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Well, I walk into Bill Drafts. I look directly at the barkeep and say, "So, how's business?"
Okay, also from this square, the road continues directly ahead of you, and it also branches to the left and to the right. Did you go into the Mercantile or the tavern?
The mercantile.
Okay. We will pick off from the square next time. I got my warning call, and I